A top-rated country club in central New Jersey is now relying on the support of others to help maintain the golf course greens after a major overnight fire destroyed the maintenance building. Jim Murdoch was at Forsgate Country Club in Monroe Township, where despite the damage, it was business as usual.
This is all that remains of what used to be expensive mowers, rollers, and spreaders housed inside the maintenance building at Forsgate Country Club. While just steps away, folks practiced their drives, a true testament to the overwhelming support of the Monroe community.
Still trying to figure out what happened, but it looks like everyone said that nobody got hurt. That's the most important thing.
All we got was the phone call this morning from our security company saying, hey, there's a fire.
Imagine first the fear, then the relief of employees like golf pro Mike Fury after that call, only to find out the fire spared the clubhouse, banquet hall, and shop, and then the offers from other clubs to lend what was lost so they could stay open.
We've already gotten 3 pieces of equipment already delivered. So we're going to be up and running here very shortly. By day's end, we'll be out mowing the grass again.
Because the fire happened at 1 in the morning, no one except first responders were around and no one was hurt. Forsgate may be without its own equipment, but thanks to the surrounding community, not one tea time was canceled.
It's fine. They're cutting grass and everything, pots roll. That's all we want here.
I'm glad that everyone's helping out, and I'm sure we would help out as well in return.
It's still not known the total value of all this equipment lost in the early morning fire. However, the owner tells me it doesn't appear suspicious and the cause remains under investigation. We're in Monroe Township, Middlesex County. Jim Murdoch, News 12, New Jersey.
And a battle between bikers in Suffolk County turned violent. Several people were stabbed in a fight that started in one town and ended in another. News 12's Kurt Semder spoke with neighbors who were stunned to find out what took place not far from their doorsteps.
It's just beyond belief. It's not human behavior.
Residents in Lindenhurst still shaken after a confrontation between bikers Sunday escalated into a vicious fight in front of a gas station on Sunrise Highway.
You imagine like some of your loved ones just happen to be, in there buying a lottery ticket or something and get messed up in this nonsense.
Suffolk County Police say the confrontation began here at a sports bar in West Islip around 3 o'clock in the afternoon before making its way down Sunrise Highway to Lindenhurst about a half an hour later. And that's when police say things turned violent. Video obtained by News 12 that we are not showing due to its graphic nature shows multiple motorcyclists punching and kicking a person on the pavement. Police say approximately 20 people were involved and 7 arrests have been made so far. They add that 5 men were taken to local hospitals with non-life-threatening injuries. 4 of them had been stabbed. People living nearby returned home yesterday to find their street blocked off due to the fight.
It's kind of scary. You don't want your nieces or nephews being on the block when something like that's happening. God forbid they were playing on the front lawn.
In Lindenhurst, Suffolk County, Kurt Semder, News 12.
And as of right now, 7 people are charged with rioting, but police say more charges could be on the way as they continue their investigation.
We may now know the reason behind the Middletown school superintendent's personal leave. A new federal complaint that could be connected names Amy Creedon and the claims that the district violated disability law. Our Blaze Gomez has the exclusive details.
The documents show discrimination filings with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, naming Superintendent Amy Creedon and the Middletown School District. The complaint, filed August 5th, alleges the district violated the Americans with Disabilities Act and breached an employee's privacy. In the document, the employee describes returning to work after losing her husband to cancer. The filing claims Creedon and other officials denied doctor-recommended accommodation, like a private workspace, and allowed her confidential medical information to be shared with other staff without her permission.
Both the EEOC and district are declining to comment, with district leaders here saying they can't discuss personnel matters.
A source tells News 12 Creedon was suspended in connection with this case, but that the district is calling it personal leave to avoid scrutiny. As we reported last month, the district previously told families Creedon would be back in a few weeks, which sparked questions about the reason for the absence among some families. For now, the district won't comment further. In Middletown, Orange County, Blaze Gomez, News 12.
We reached out to Amy Creedon for comment, but we have not heard back.
A viral video igniting a mother's anger in Bridgeport tonight. As our Frank Recchia tells us, she says it's the latest example of a dangerous social media trend.
Diana Rosado and her sister Marilyn say they are heartbroken over a viral video showing Diana's 21-year-old daughter in what they say are the throes of fentanyl addiction.
When she's on drugs, that's not my niece.
The sisters say somebody driving along Park Avenue around 2 weeks ago,
it's like a shock,
took the video, then shared it on social media. Many of the comments, they say, cruel and unrestrained.
And they put the video out there just for laughs, and they think it's funny. It's not funny, you know? Especially with her being so young, she doesn't understand.
She's walked through fire to try to help her.
The sisters say they have spent more than a decade trying to help their loved one, who they say wants the help. But they say the system has let her down, once pledging to get her into treatment, but then never following through.
When she was younger, you know, she got trafficked. I didn't want to say that, but it's the truth. I ended up finding her. Her habit got worse after that.
I think it's incredibly sad and really, really disheartening that images of people struggling and suffering go viral.
Liz Evans of the nonprofit Liberation Programs, whose mission is helping people impacted by addiction, condemns the video, saying it makes a person already struggling more vulnerable.
They're being captured at a very sad moment in their life, and it doesn't define them, that moment. Nor should it.
And this is not the first time I've seen it.
Courtney Dollar, a homeless outreach specialist, says videos exploiting people with mental health issues are often monetized.
100%, yeah. What if it was your friend or your family member or even yourself going through that? Would you want someone to film that and put that on the internet?
The sisters say there is nothing lower than using a person's pain to profit.
Come on, man. No.
So we all have to have a community to help. Instead of posting these things. It's hurtful. I wish people would think before they post.
In Bridgeport, Frank Recchia, News 12, Connecticut.
People yelling and screaming, "Oh my God! Oh my God!"
That's how one woman describes the chaos following a double shooting Thursday night in front of the Nisha Armstrong 2 houses on Lexington Avenue in Bed-Stuy.
It was next to my window. It was like a pow, pow, pow.
Police say it all happened just after 11:50 Thursday night. When they arrived, they say they saw a 28-year-old with a gunshot wound to his head and a 23-year-old woman who was grazed by a bullet on her neck.
I was scared, and then when I found out who it was, I was so sad. I cried.
Police say the woman is recovering in the hospital, but that man later died, identifying him as Shyhem Lee.
He was a nice guy. He helped everybody on the block. He see people coming with groceries. He carried their groceries upstairs.
It's not the first shooting News 12 has reported in that area. Police say a man was shot at that same location back in 2020. And in 2022, police say a 29-year-old man was shot and killed just a few buildings over.
Police say they're searching for 2 men in connection to this incident. They say one was wearing all blue clothing and the second a gray shirt with light pants and dark shoes. Anyone with information is encouraged to give the authorities a call. In Bed-Stuy, Julia Burns, News 12 Brooklyn.
Search continues tonight for the man behind a deadly stabbing in Mott Haven. News 12's Tim Harfman is in the neighborhood with the latest.
Candlelight flickers in the sunlight as part of a growing memorial near the corner of East 138th Street and Cypress Avenue. Police say this is where 27-year-old Tyquise Bell was stabbed in the chest and later died. Residents still in shock.
The young man was laying on the ground. The fire department tried to save him. There was blood everywhere.
It happened around 4 o'clock Thursday afternoon. Bell was taken to Lincoln Hospital, where he was pronounced dead.
It happened so quick that he passed like that, and I feel sorry for the mother.
Police say the victim lived down the street. We went to his building for comment from family or neighbors, but no response.
The young generation got to get a little bit better today because you're supposed to bury your parents. The parents are burying the young generation today.
Police say they're looking for a man who ran from the busy scene wearing all black.
He could be on a bus, he could be walking down the street, so you just gotta be situational aware.
Police say they're still investigating what led to the stabbing and whether this was gang-related. As for the victim, sources tell News 12 that Bell previously faced gun charges in 2022 and served 3 years in jail. In Mott Haven, Tim Harfman, News 12 The Bronx.
Shocking new details in the murder of a Holocaust survivor. The victim, an 89-year-old woman at a Coney Island nursing home. And tonight we're learning more about the 95-year-old woman accused of killing her. News 12's Shakti Dennis was in court for her arraignment. What was learned during that hearing? Shakti.
Yeah, Amanda, we learned in court that the two women had been roommates here at the Seagate Rehab and Nursing Center for just 2 days. Prosecutors say that the 95-year-old used the footrest of a wheelchair to bash her 89-year-old roommate in the head. She then took the other footrest of that same wheelchair and threw it out of the 3rd floor window right here. A wheelchair footrest laying on the ramp leading up to the Seagate Rehabilitation and Nursing Center became a piece of evidence in a shocking case. Prosecutors say 95-year-old Galina Smirnova used the other footrest of that wheelchair to kill 89-year-old Nina Kravitsov. They say that around 8:55 Sunday night, nursing home staff checked on the two roommates. Was sleeping in her bed and the room was in order. But an hour later, staff checked again. This time, Kravitsov was still in bed but covered in blood with gashes on her face and head. They found 95-year-old Smirnova in the bathroom of their room. Her hospital gown was bloody and she also had blood on her legs. They say she was washing her hands in the bathroom sink. Staff noticed a wheelchair with both footrests removed. One bloody on the floor, the other one down on the ramp below. Smirnova appeared in court in a wheelchair wearing a hospital gown with a blanket over her shoulders. Prosecutors say she was admitted to the nursing home on Friday, just 2 days before the alleged murder. Kravitsov was pronounced dead at the hospital just after 5:30 Monday morning. Prosecutors say the 95-year-old has dementia, but her defense attorney says she needs more information about her medical history. There's now obviously still a lot of questions about what led to this attack. Smirnova is now one of the oldest persons to be charged with murder in New York City. She will remain in custody for now. In Coney Island, Shakti Dennis, News 12 Brooklyn.